Hello, demigods, monsters, and gods alike. This is the Olympus Report. There's no shortage of content in the Percy Jackson universe. And while this can be amazing, it can also get a little confusing when you're trying to figure out which order to read the series in. Well, that's what I'm here for. Here's everything you need to know about the series in the Percy Jackson universe. First, I think it goes without saying that there would be no Percy Jackson universe without the original 5 Percy Jackson books. Before you go ahead and join some of the other characters on their quests, you need to first read the 5 original Percy Jackson books. The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. Up next, we have some short stories that take place during the 5 Percy Jackson books. You can read these in the Demigod Files and Percy Jackson and the Singer of Apollo. Some of these stories are interweaving between the books, but I would read them after you read the first 5 books as a whole collection, at least your first time through. Next, we have the best series to ever hit the shelves, the Heroes of Olympus. This series is a direct sequel to the 5 Percy Jackson books and picks up a couple months later after The Last Olympian. Percy is missing for the first book, but don't worry, he pops up in the second and is a main player in the rest of the series. And in the meantime, you're introduced to some other amazing characters. The books in order are The Lost Hero, The Son of Neptune, The Mark of Athena, The House of Hades, and The Blood of Olympus. After you finish these 5 books, you can then read the Demigod Diaries, which is another collection of short stories that is interwoven between the 5 Heroes of Olympus books. Up next is the Kane Chronicles. While not about Percy this time, it does take place in the same universe. Carter and Sadie Kane are 2 powerful magicians that are descendants from Egyptian pharaohs. The 3 books are The Red Pyramid, The Throne of Fire, The Serpent's Shadow. And if you were missing Percy, fear not, he comes back. After reading the Kane Chronicles, you can read Demigods and Magicians, which is a crossover between both series. Up next, we have The Trials of Apollo and Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. These 2 series happen at the same time, so it really doesn't matter which one you read next. I read The Trials of Apollo first. Apollo, for something that happened in the Heroes of Olympus novels, I won't say for spoilers, is being punished by his father, Zeus. He's been made into a mortal and must prove himself to once again become a god. Fun fact before we continue, I accidentally read the second book before the first one, and I highly recommend you don't do that because nothing will make sense. So here's the order you should read them in. The Hidden Oracle, The Dark Prophecy, The Burning Maze, The Tyrant's Tomb, and The Tower of Nero. Up next, we have Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. Magnus Chase is actually the cousin of Annabeth Chase, and she and Percy pop up from time to time. The books are The Sword of Summer, The Hammer of Thor, and The Ship of the Dead. Finally, the series is concluded with some more short stories published in 9 from the 9 worlds. Those are all the main books in the universe so far, but if you're still craving more content, we've got a couple more you can read. There's Percy Jackson, Greek Gods, and Percy Jackson, Greek Heroes, where we're told about Greek gods and Greek heroes from Percy's point of view. There's also Camp Jupiter Classified, where we learn a little bit more about Camp Jupiter. And finally, we have Hotel Valhalla, Guide to the Norse World. I hoped this video helped clear things up on which series to read first. Let me know which series you started with down below. And until next time, demigods, stay safe.